Okay, so here we have 10 finishes with right foot and left foot, obviously. So, um, so I just started it off with a few cones in front and then a good dedicated finish, starting with the right foot, obviously. I'm aiming for corners. I'm aiming for the corner, that bottom right hand corner, bottom left hand corner. And I thought doing the dribbling would be a good sort of I just try to replicate game environment as much as possible. I don't like that left-footed finish at all. I'm aiming for bottom corner, like I said. But yeah, the idea behind the cones is just to sort of, you know, replicate a game environment as if I've got to take someone on and then finish. You know what I mean? That's an okay finish. I'd rather it go more corners than anything. But you know, I think I think we can, I can live with that one. Let's see what happens on this one. So I like the movement, the sharp cut. That's a good one. I like that one. I like that one. Bottom corner and everything, you know. And this is tiring, man. I mean, this is tiring, but it's necessary, you know. Okay. I like that one. I like the shape of it. I like the shape of that one. So let's see how we do on this one. Okay, I don't know where I'm going. Let's see. Get the cut to the left foot. Okay. Bit closer to goal. Okay, okay. Might be a bit of a bobble past the goalie, or the goalie might catch that. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but that's the idea. That's the idea, right? I'm trying to get it as low as possible and as far in the corner as possible. See what happens here. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Following up with a shot here, you know, and just trying to stay on my toes. It's tiring. It's tiring. The reason I'm showing myself going back instead of cutting it out is because I want to show. That's a good one. I like that one. I want to show, like, what it actually takes. When you're training by yourself. It's just not no walk in the park. You know, that's a good one. That's a good one too. Maybe a bit more power on it, but you know, maybe a bit more power on that one. Let's see what happens on this one. Moving and grooving over here. Ooh. Okay, I'm not sure what the idea behind that one was, but obviously aiming for the corners. I don't know if I switched it up going to the other side though. Let me see. Like the movement, quick dribbling. I did. I did switch it up. Okay, so that's what I was aiming for with the other left-footed one, but this one I was able to get it across the goalie. Um, Sometimes I'd be forgetting to hit it across the goalie instead of going corners all the time, just to mix it up. Let's see if I did it here. I think this one was a good. Easy, yeah. Goalie's probably getting that one for sure. But it's split second as a forward. It's literally within that half second, maybe, yeah, probably half second. You're analyzing where the goalie is. That's a good one. You're also analyzing where you are, the spacing that you have and everything. Um, and in this, that's what I like about finishing is that you really do have to practice it a lot. So it just becomes muscle memory because you don't have time to think. Unless you're just a baller where you're able to just stop, cut the goalie, and then go to goal. Like, I would say more often than not, you're not going to get those kinds of chances. So, as a forward, training like this that's a poor finish to me. Although it might beat the goalie, it's still a poor finish. Training like this for me, especially doing it as quick as you possibly can, it really, really helps because then you start to fine tune the small spaces and the timing that you have. That's that's not. I don't look at that as a good finish. Um, so that's the eighth one. Going on for the ninth now. So yeah, I actually enjoy this. It might be the beat the goalie. I actually enjoy finishing because it it's just something therapeutic about it in a way. It sounds weird, but it's kind of therapeutic for me. Um, yeah. Okay, so that's a good one. That's a smashing one. That's a smashing one. Um, let's see what happens. I think this is the 10th one now. I don't know why I'm going in circles like that, making me dizzy. Let's see what happens. I don't think I like this one. Yeah, that's a poor one. That's right down the goalie's mouth. So unless the goalie is, has completely moved out of the way, that's not ideal at all. Let's see what happens. I think I fell over on this one. Yeah. Yeah, and I was shattered. I was completely shattered after that. I did do another 10 after this, which was extremely tiring. But that was just me going above and beyond. But I will leave it at that here. Let's see what happens on this left-footed one. You see I'm feeling tired now. Okay, so going on to number 2 now. Um, you know, this is the second set of 10, right? And it's just me pushing it. That's a good finish. I like that one. So I'm pretty tired here. I'm pretty tired, and I'm really trying to push through. So now, you see, I missed that one. Now I'm starting to miss. The follow up was okay, but now I'm trying to focus on, like, I know that I'm tired, but I'm trying to work on just accuracy and slowing it down a bit as well, whilst also keeping that quickness, if that makes any kind of sense. That was a good finish on the right foot. Let's see what this one is. This is a good one because it almost looks like it curved away, a little bit, and then I think it's far enough away from the goalkeeper. Let's see what this one went a bit wide there. I like that one. I do like those ground level ones that could just get beyond the goal. Like I like those. Yeah, see, tiredness is setting in, and again, this is why I do this, because it really prepares me for game situations where I am going to be tired as hell. That's a good finish away from the goalie. And I remembered midway, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to hit it across the goalie also to work on that. Let's see if I did it here. Again, that's why I'm out here, because those need to be worked on. Oh yeah, I repeated it as well, because that's unacceptable. So, and that's okay. That finish is okay, because it's like I've slowed it down and I'm working on more accuracy than anything. Right foot, I know I've got down. That one could be better. I'd say it could be a little bit higher as well, but let's see what we do with this one. Oh, took an extra touch. Okay. Hey, see? I'm tired, but at least I'm running back for this, to try and get it, finish again. And I actually think that's a good finish right there. Took a bit of time to get to goal, but, I got to goal. Okay, and so yeah. Again, I slowed down, worked on the accuracy, and I like that finish. Guided finesse shot into the back of the net, away from the goalkeeper. I'm getting too close with the goalkeeper here. It's a good finish, though. It's a good finish. But I need to work on not going so close. I am running around like an idiot here. I think the goalie will have that one, to be honest with you. Okay, still moving and grooving. Goalkeeper's probably getting that one. I don't even know what number we're at here, but I'm still going. Still trying to push myself. Okay. And yeah, I like those finishes that they hit the net before they touch the ground. Those are the best ones. So that was a good one on the right foot. That's a bobble. That's actually a bobble. So a goalkeeper could catch that in his mouth, to be honest with you. Okay. I like the movement. If it had the right power, that would go in, but goalie's probably saving that. Let's see what happens here. Let's see. Okay, it's just a guided finish, and then we're on to some skill work. So I'm kind of adamant about also developing my feet. So I sped this up. I did do 50 step overs, even though I didn't show it. So 50 step overs, 50 snap rolls. I like the snap rolls because when I'm in a tight situation, I can sort of just roll back and roll forward, and then beat my defender. The toe taps are just purely for fitness, just to keep me on my toes and everything. So just did like 3 skill moves, and then we're on to the wall passes. I like the wall passes because they actually help with finishing, and they also help with just hitting the ball against the wall, receiving it, and then hitting it right away. Do you know what I mean? Like, so So I did 20 on each foot, to 60 in total, and then I did 20 right foot, 20 left foot, and then 20 right foot, so until I got to 60. So this one I feel like it helps me a lot, just with control, and just like obviously this is just me working on the finer details now. I'm pretty tired at this point. I'm pretty tired. I just sped this up because I don't want to show you lot a whole 60, on slow motion. So, but this, if I did this every day, I'd definitely develop my feet a lot better. But yeah, this was the idea behind this training session. This was a really good one. This was a really, really good one. This is like a well-involved training session, especially with that many finishes, because my legs get tired very quickly. So, excellent sesh. As you see, I am shattered here. There's no running. There's no anything else. And that concludes. So.